Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mbali, and if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking onto one of my videos. Don't forget to subscribe just so you can join the family, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell just so you get a notification every time I post something new. If you're returning, if you're part of the family, welcome back. I really do appreciate your continuous love and also your support. So guys, I am 28 today. Today is my 28th birthday, and I just thought that I should film the 28 lessons that I have learned throughout my 28 years. I actually feel like the lessons have come within these, or the more important lessons have come within these 2 years. So if you guys would like to hear a bit more about that, then stay tuned. Once again, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to comment, do not forget to hit the notification bell, and also do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. So until then, stay blessed to be a blessing. Okay guys, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me. Today I'm 28 years old, and it is such a blessing to come to this age and to have learned all these lessons that I have jotted down for you guys, and I'm sharing them with you. And the reason why I'm sharing them with you guys is that I feel I shouldn't only keep them to myself. It's important that we share things and also we learn from one another's mistakes, one another's successes. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to create this video, and also just to reflect on what I have how I have personally grown. I honestly feel these past 2 years I have grown so much. I feel like I've grown 10 years in these past 2 years. There's so much that that has happened within relationships, within friendships, within family, within work, with career-wise, whatever the case may be. There's so much that has happened, and I'm just so truly grateful that I have gone through all of those hurdles, even though when I was in them I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. But God is continuously faithful. He is so faithful. He will pull you through the storm as long as you never let go of his hand, as long as you invite him to join you in your journey, in your struggle, in your storm. So yeah, so let me begin and share with you guys the 28 lessons that I have learned. Obviously, it's not just these 28 lessons. There are many more lessons that I've learned, but these are the ones that just came to the top of my mind when I was thinking about my birthday, when I was thinking about the 28 years. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to be looking down most of the time because I've jotted a lot of the 28 lessons on this piece of paper, and just also take note that some of these lessons overlap, but they also have different meanings to me as well. Some of them I will elaborate on, some of them I will not elaborate on. I'll see how I feel. So yeah, let us begin. So the first lesson that I have learned throughout or in my 28th year, or going towards my 28th year, is saying I don't know or asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but it is a sign of strength. I'm the kind of person who always wants to do things by myself. I'm a DIY kind of girl. I have everything under lockdown, do it myself. And I think subconsciously I feel like if I ask for help, or if I say I do not know, then it's somehow a sign of weakness to some extent, or I can't do it. And I think throughout this year I've learned that saying I do not know is fine. You will not know everything, and that is okay. That is fine. And the second lesson that I've learned is that struggles or challenges will not last forever. Challenges and struggles will not last forever. You know, as much as we are in the challenge, or we're in the storm, we are in the struggle, you do not see the light at the end of the tunnel. But you know, as you move on, as you take it day by day, as you take a step at a time, you move closer towards the end of the struggle that you're going through. And as you're moving, you actually become much stronger. You become a much stronger individually, and you become a much stronger individual, maybe not physically, but then emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever the challenge that you are being faced with. And then the third lesson that I've learned is that your time is the most valuable thing that you have. use it wisely. Guys, time is more valuable than money. Time, isikhathi nako. God, like I don't know your time. I think I've learned to value this value time because of how much time I've wasted on things that are not important. So it's very important to use your time wisely. Or let me speak for myself. It's very important that I use my time wisely, that I'm able to make time for myself, make time for people, make time for family, make time for work, make time for my passion. It's, you know, spread it out properly. Make time for things that make you the person that you are. Okay, and the fourth lesson that I have learned is that it's okay to be different. It is okay to be different. Embrace it. I mean, like, we are not all born with the same talents. We don't all find our passion or what we're good at the same time, and we may not all be good at the same thing. So it is okay to be different. It's okay to do things your own way. So yeah, that's another lesson that I've learned. And the fifth lesson is that your past, whether it's your childhood, your mistakes, or your wrongdoings, do not determine your present and your future. So I was reading a book and it spoke about how your past is not your fault, but your present and your future is your responsibility. Listen to that. Your past is not your fault. Yes, there are many things that may have happened in the past, whether it is your upbringing, whatever the case may be, that may not be your fault. But what you do with it in your present and also in your future is your responsibility. And I think that's very important. The sixth lesson is spread your wings. Spread your wings. Now, I have done this year. I am, for those of you who do not know, I'm a very rigid person. Very rigid. I'm very stuck in my ways. I have a specific routine. I'm a planner. Everything has to go in a specific way. I have to do things in a specific way. I'm just a routine kind of person. And spreading my wings has been very, very difficult. Spreading my wings has been one thing that I seldomly do. But then this year I have spread my wings and done so many different things, or one specific different thing. And I'm sure you guys can see. I'm sure you guys can see. This year I moved out of home. And this was a huge step for me. And this was me spreading my wings, going out of my comfort zone, doing something that I would not generally just do, because I was at home, I was comfortable at home with my mother and all that stuff, you know. But then I felt like this was a space for me to grow. Spreading my wings was a step for me to grow, individually, personally, spiritually, and also growing in the passions that I want to engage in. For example, like decor. Who knew that I like home decor, you know? The minute I moved out, I just got engaged into home decor, and that's the kind of content I'm creating for you guys now, and I really am loving it. It seems like you guys are loving it as well. So spreading your wings, that's another lesson that I have learned throughout this year. And on that same note, on spreading your wings, you know, it's okay to go into the unknown. I mean, like, I started a YouTube channel last year. It was completely out of my comfort zone, but then I really am enjoying it now, you know. It may not have grown as fast as I wanted it to grow, but it is growing. And you know, I'm focusing more on the enjoyment rather than the growth, rather than the subscribers and all of that stuff. So spreading your wings it may not show good results or the results that you want to see at that moment, but it also may take time as well. And the sixth lesson, or the seventh, sorry, number 7, is you should do things without justifying yourself. You don't have to always explain yourself when you do something. If you want to do it, do it. If you have the means to do it, do it. People will always talk, but just do things that make you happy, do things that you are passionate about. And lesson number 7 8, sorry. Lesson number 8 is relationships, friendships, whatever the case may be, are two-way streets. So it's not just you that has to give in a relationship, in a friendship, whatever it is. The other person has to also give as well. And I'm not saying give as in like money or things or whatever the case may be, but emotional support, lend an ear, whatever the case may be. So it's very important well, it still is very important for me to understand that relationships are a two-way street, not a one-way street. And in you doing that, in you understanding that, or in me understanding that, I keep on saying you, but in me understanding that, I know I'm protecting myself. I'm drawing my boundaries to some extent that, hey, buddy, you can only do so much. If the person isn't receiving or isn't responding, then that's okay. It's fine. So the next lesson, which is lesson number 9, and I literally stick by this, and I've stuck by this for a very long time, is yes, your actions speak louder than words, but nothing speaks louder than consistency. Consistency, guys, consistency. I mean, like, you know, you can your actions or my actions can show that, you know, you are a very important person in my life, and all of that. But then consistency actually speaks volumes, because it shows that you are genuinely doing whatever you're doing because you want to. So yeah, so consistency speaks volumes rather than actions or words. Okay, lesson number 10 is stop moving out of a space you have earned to be in. If you are in a specific space in your life and you have worked hard, you have been consistent, you are in the space because of your blood, sweat and tears, then embrace it. Embrace it. I mean, like, who cares who says what or who thinks what? You have worked hard. No one knows the time and the sweat and the tears that you have put to be in that specific space. So embrace it. Lesson number 11 is that basically stay in your lane. Guys, I am the queen of staying in my lane. Oh my gosh, like there's just so much peace in staying in your lane. You know, you don't worry about what other people are doing. You don't worry about what other people are thinking. Yes, the thoughts may come, but once again, it doesn't control your behavior. It doesn't control what you do. Stay in your lane. Do things that you are passionate about. Do things that you enjoy, and you just, you know, there's just this you glow because you are genuinely happy, and that is because you are in your lane. Guys, drink your water, stay in your lane. And lesson number 12 kind of links to lesson number 11, is that if somebody doesn't like you, it's okay. It really is okay. You know, I think I have struggled with this quite a bit throughout my childhood and a bit in my adulthood, is that I really wanted to be liked. You know, I've always strived and pushed to be liked, but I've gotten to understand, or to the extent that not everyone will like you, and that's okay. It's fine. It's nothing against you. It's nothing against them. We are all different. We are not all meant to be liked. We are not all meant to like. So that's fine. So do not take it personally. No, not everyone will like you, and that's fine. Lesson number 13 is use your money wisely. Guys, save and use your money wisely. And when I say save, I mean, like, don't be stingy with your money now. Don't spoil yourself. You've worked hard for your money, and it's okay to do things, and you've saved for something. It's okay to buy whatever you have saved for, but just make sure that you understand, or I have learned to understand, that there will be rainy days. So it's important for you to save your money, for you to save for those rainy days, but also enjoying life according to your standards, and also using the money that you have worked hard for. Okay, lesson number 14 is do not apologize for who you are. This touches on one of the lessons that I did mention before. You know, we all do have flaws. We all do have those bad things about us, but it's important for us to be aware of them and also to grow from them as well. And lesson number 15 is respect and trust all seasons of life for what they actually are. Ecclesiastes 3 verses 1 to 8 says that there is a time for everything under the sun. Time to be born, time to die, time to plant, there's a time for everything. So I think in my life I've learned that as much as, yes, I haven't reached a specific stage or I haven't achieved something, that is because it's not my time yet. Guys, there's no other perfect timing like the timing of God. So respect the seasons, respect God's timing, and everything will be well. And then lesson number 16 is I've realized that you could leave life at any second, and so can somebody else you love. So it's important for you to live in the moment, be present. Guys, we are always worrying about tomorrow, we're always planning, we always say that I can't wait to be there, and when we get there, now we're saying that I can't wait to be at that next step. We never take time just to be in that moment, just to embrace that place that we couldn't wait to actually be in. That's me. That is me. I'm a very anxious individual. You know, I'm always on the move. I'm always wanting to go forward. You know, I get there and I have to go there. I get there and I have to get to the next step. And I'm just trying to learn to be present. I'm trying to learn that anything can happen in life. Anything can happen to the ones I love in life. So it's important for me to be present, and it's something that I need to consciously think about each and every day. And lesson number 17, guys, this is my favorite. No is a full sentence. No is a full sentence. And this touches on drawing boundaries. Guys, drawing boundaries has become one of the most fundamental lessons for me throughout this year. You know, as much as I may feel bad or feel like I'm doing something wrong when I say no or when I draw my boundaries, but it's important to draw those boundaries and to stick to them, in that you are building yourself as well, and you are preventing yourself from burnout or affecting your well-being. So just remember that no is a full sentence. You do not need to have no ellipsis and have another sentence or trying to justify why you're saying no. No is a full sentence. All right, lesson number 18. Someone will always have an opinion about your choices. Either way, make your own choices at the end of the day. I mean, like, it's your life, it's your dreams, it's your goals. You know what you want to achieve. You've had a conversation with God, and regardless of the opinions that people have, I'm not saying that you should close out the people's opinions. Hear them, yes, but then once again, the decision all lies on you. Lesson number 19. Treat others as you would also like to be treated. Straightforward. It's important that you treat others the way in which you would like to be treated. It's important to treat others the way that reflects the character of Christ. Lesson number 20. Be as neutral as you can be in all situations. And I think I've learned this quite a bit in the profession that I am in. Being a psychologist, it's important for you to have a neutral view in what the client is actually bringing to you. And I've applied it in all my situations, whether it's in family, friendships, relationships. It's important for you to actually be neutral and to listen to all parties and listen to all sides as well. And then lesson number 21, be kind to yourself. Now, this is also a very important lesson for me, and it has been a very important lesson for me throughout this year, and it continues to be an important lesson for me, because I'm just so hard on myself. I'm so hard on myself. I'm a very hard worker. I'm a very hard worker, and I tend to beat myself up when I do not achieve something the way that I should have achieved it, or the way that I had written it down. But I've learned throughout this year that you know what, you need to be kind to yourself. Get up, dust yourself off, and try again. Lesson number 22. I am a girl with many talents. Guys, I have so many talents. You know, growing up, I always felt out of place. You know, I've always been this very shy girl, very quiet, the girl that was always in the corner, that always needed to be called to join the group. But I've realized that I have and I've always felt like I'm somewhat left out. But you know, throughout the years that I've grown, I've realized that I have so many talents. I mean, like you know, the talents of listening, of hearing people, reason why I'm a psychologist, YouTube, you know, decor, running, physical activity, makeup, having green fingers. You know, there are so many things that I'm passionate about, that I am talented in. And I think I just want to say to somebody that even though you don't see what you're good at now, it will come. There's, as I said in the previous lesson, there's a season for everything. It will come. Trust me, it will come. And it will come unexpectedly. You know, all of these things that I'm saying to you guys have come as I've taken steps, as I have grown as an individual. Okay, lesson number 23. I am a very strong individual, both physically and emotionally. Guys, this year has been very tough for everyone. Every single individual, because of the pandemic. There's a lot of changes that we've had to have made in our lives, and a lot of people went through a lot of emotional strain, within families, within their work, and for myself, when I reflect on what I have gone through throughout this year, I realize that I'm such a strong individual, both emotionally and also physically. You know, emotionally, just taking in all you know, the turmoil of the year, and looking at the personal stuff that I've gone through, and also physically, I'm looking at the progress that I have made in my running. I'm very passionate about running, and my physio even says that my pain tolerance is very, very high, and he causes a lot of pain. I always think twice when I have to go to him. So you know, so I have concluded to myself that I am a strong individual, physically and also emotionally, and I do not boast about this. This is not the strength that I just take from myself, but it is the strength that God gives me on a day-to-day basis. Okay, lesson number 24. You cannot meet everyone's expectations. I mean, like, we can't make everyone happy, and I think this is something that I have always struggled with. You know, I've always tried to meet everyone's expectations. I've always tried to make people happy, making sure that everyone is okay, forgetting that I also need to be okay. So this is a very big lesson for me as well, that I cannot meet everyone's expectations. Okay, lesson number 25. The lighting is getting a bit bad, it's getting dark, but then we're almost done. You do not always need to wait for an apology to forgive. For me specifically, forgiveness has been very difficult, but I've realized that with me not forgiving, I'm actually hurting myself and the next person, or the person that I do not want to forgive. So you don't have to receive that apology. You know, you'll get to a point in your life where you think to yourself that, hey, this is actually doing more damage to myself than any other person. Lesson number 26. Being busy does not mean that you are being productive. I think this is something that hits me hard, because I'm just always on the move. I'm always busy with stuff. And sometimes I just sit back and think to myself that, what have I actually done today? So being busy does not always lead, or does not mean that we are being productive, or does not mean that I'm being productive. And that touches on lesson number 27 that I want to share, is that self-care is important. And however you interpret, or however I interpret self-care, that's how I should take care of myself. It is, if it's me going out for a spa day, if it's me going to Dubai for a holiday, if it's me staying at home watching Netflix, if it's me hanging out with my friends, that is your way in which you recharge, that is your way in which you self-care, then do it. Self-care is very, very important. Lesson number 28 is love yourself. No one is gonna love you more than you love yourself. Yes, sure, your friends, your family loves you, but it's also important for you to love yourself, and that's a form of self-care as well. Buy yourself those flowers, take yourself on that spa day, you know, eat that chocolate cake, whatever the case may be, but then love yourself, and do it wholeheartedly and genuinely, just like you would love the next person. So we've come to the end of our video. Those are my 28 lessons that I've learned throughout my 28 years. Obviously, as I said, it's not just these 28 lessons. There are many other lessons that I've learned, but these are the ones that came from the top of my head that I thought that I should share with you guys. So don't forget to leave your comments down below. Also leave your girl happy birthday messages, and yeah, don't forget to also give this video a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.